Here is a narration audio editing tip I wish I knew earlier. Keep your breathing in, but keep your breathing down. So the question is this: do you ever cut breaths from your narration? And if so, when? And here's my answer. No, you really don't want to cut breaths from your narration. When you are editing narration, be very selective, very discerning about cutting breaths. In life, people breathe when they speak. I know, what a concept. Most narration is meant to sound natural, and if there are no breaths, it will sound unnatural. And that's the last thing we want, right? Is to sound robotic, or for your narration to sound edited. You know, you never want, even though obviously it is edited, you don't want it to sound edited. You don't want it to sound choppy. However, if your breathing is loud and or distracting, you do want to address that. There are things you can do as a narrator. There are things you can do in the way that you record to make your breathing less noisy. That will be a future video. Today I'm going to talk about what you can do in post-production to soften any noisy breaths. If you are using Adobe Audition or a digital audio workstation like it, you can use the noise gating effect if you're trying to do first aid on all of the breathing. If it's all a problem, you want to use something that obviously you can't be doing like individual edits on every single breath for a 10-hour audiobook. You would throw yourself off of the roof of your building. So you can use noise gating when you're trying to deal with all of the breathing. If there are only specific spots, you can just bring the gain down on any breaths that are particularly noisy so they sound less pronounced. I would say in general, it kind of depends how noisy they are, but you don't want to bring a breath down more than 10 to 15 decibels, or else you really won't hear. It'll sound so low that it'll sound disproportionate with the rest of the narration, and you don't want that. If a breath is so noisy that softening it doesn't help, and you know it's going to steal focus, then cut it, but only if you absolutely have to. So again, keep your breathing in, but keep your breathing down.